Hey guys, Steve here. Today I got a game in the Nassau for you. We got Deutsche Dewey on the screen. I'll explain why in a moment. Um, Mainly goofing around this game, but it was kind of interesting, and I thought I'd use it as a demonstration of hip firing, how you can actually use it, and demonstrate that it's possible. You'll see there on the screen we have the golden fists of glory there. My main goal here was to ram a ship. I haven't gotten a ram medal in about 9 months, so I figured maybe I'd try it this game. But then I figured it's a during the week game, a lot of new players playing this tier, so we're just going to fire from the hip. But my goal was to take these glorious golden fists on the ship and then find a suitable target and ram those fists as fast and as furious straight up one of my opponents. So that's why we had Deutsche Dewey. He's got extra ram damage, I guess, which is remarkable. But, we're just gonna, I decided after I loaded up the game, we're just gonna not aim at people and see how it goes. Unfortunately, once in a blue moon, if you do this, you can get more damage than the entirety of your team combined, which is sadly what I think happened this game. But I would definitely not recommend doing this, playing an entire game without aiming. Especially not if I'm on your team, because that's really going to suck. But it is a tool to use. If you watch my replays now after this, you might see me doing it from time to time. I consider having an extra arrow in your quiver just an extra tool, and there will be situations that will arise where not aiming down the sights is going to be beneficial. Either there's a lot going on and you don't have time to aim, or one that comes to mind is if you have two battleships that are kind of going broadside, close range. When you're aiming down the sights in that situation, a lot of times where you're aiming, because of the ship's speed coming at, it's moving by your ship pretty quickly, your guns will actually not keep up due to the slow turret traverse in these battleships, and you'll go by without actually taking a shot. So in that situation, if you just pull back, you don't aim with the left hand, just aim with the right thumb and then fire from the hip, you can actually get some pretty decent damage in those situations. Not demonstrated in this game, mainly just demonstrating the possibility of firing from the hip and hitting targets in that manner. Here we were briefly detected. I want to get in this kamikaze smoke to break that temporarily. We got two cruisers that are probably going towards this gap here to the right, and I'm trying to catch them off guard. So by breaking that line of sight, it kind of disrupts their plans a little bit. Now we are spotted again as we proceed through the smoke. I'm going to maintain a relatively straight line here and then slam on the brakes. We're going to give them an opportunity to aim those torps and then send them our way. Then we slow down. If you're coming around a corner here and you have an opponent that has torps and you think they're most likely going to be torping you, alter your course or change your speed like this, and you can see there the torps go by quite harmlessly. So pretty effective there. Enemy Omaha, after he launches the torps, turns away, so we're not going to be able to get a shot on him, but the Kuma is coming around the bend here, and you do want to select him. We get the circle around his ship's icon there, and then we take the shot. Selecting the target still is going to increase the accuracy. There, one of the torps goes under those glorious golden fists. But, be sure to select the targets. It's still going to help your aim out, even if you're deliberately trying to be as unsuccessful at aiming as possible. Another shot at the Kuma here, and we're getting decent damage, 5k. That's a respectable shot from a battleship into that ship at that angle, even if you are aiming down the sights. So that's a fairly long distance shot. That's not a situation that I would recommend using this in necessarily. There's situations, though, where that might be helpful at that distance. Omaha, though, is going around the island. He's attempting to get into a position where he can destroy this destroyer on our team, and he is pumping him full of shots. So I was initially backing up to help him out. You can see our team's completely melting. The center's completely destroyed. The eastern flanks on the verge being completely destroyed. I don't even notice the score until we get spotted here in just a moment, and I'm attempting to figure out where I'm getting spotted from. There the icon does pop up on the screen, and I check the map and see that the Farragut has the line of sight, which leads my eyes up northward to the screen, and there we notice that we're one of three ships left just a handful of minutes into the game. So remarkable. It is a low tier, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. Farragut here, though, we do take a shot there, probably aim just a little bit behind him or whatever. Not the ideal situation, but our secondaries are going to chime in and help out a little bit. And this game, I think we end up getting about 1.5 times our ship's HP and damage. Some of that's going to be secondaries, but we are going to get some AP damage in there, registering that as well. Now we're going towards the Farragut. I believe his torps are launched, so I don't think he's a torp threat currently. But we're also trying to sail away from these ships to the south that are pursuing us. You can see the secondaries firing rearward. And we're increasing the distance that those torps from these ships have to travel. Makes it a lot harder to torp ships that are sailing away from you. So that's primarily why I'm going north. But closing in on this Farragut's also helpful. He does beach himself there, which is not going to help his case out much. I just check his heading there to see his speed, and then we pull back and aim from the hip again. And we hit a couple more shots there. And that's decent damage from a battleship. Even if you're aiming that shot, that's not going to cause me to yell at the screen or anything, hitting a couple shells like that. Secondary still going off. We're still attempting to close in on this Farragut. And now he's beginning to move forward, I believe. Now in a brawling situation like this, where you got a million ships surrounding you, I'm trying to hopefully let these secondaries kill the Farragut. I'm trying to keep my ship angled so that they're able to all fire from the right-hand side of the ship. I'd rather not use more main gun shots on that, just to have more ammo available. But we're able to get the close quarter expert with that one. Briefly looking at the Koenig as an opportunity to shoot broadside, but we do have an Omaha coming around the island. I'm going to line up the shot here from him just to catch him broadside as he comes around. The Isakaze appears first. The Churchverse is going to be an issue there because we're turning right. Our momentum's already turning right, so going to have a hard time targeting him. But we are taking shots at the Omaha, and we're turning hard. We're expecting both of these ships to have torped us, so we slam on the brakes again to slow our forward momentum, and then we turn hard right, and we actually miss those salvos. Here we're firing the left-hand side guns now that we turn. Get a couple close-range citadels in that Omaha, and that's actually not a horrible time to use that. That's kind of a good example right there, though, where you see how that ship going past me like that, I wasn't able to keep my guns on them, so had I been aiming down the sights, it's possible that we wouldn't have been able to catch up to that target. So, not the most effective game known to man, but I did want to demonstrate that you can use hip firing as a tool and you can have some success with it. So anyways, short and sweet today. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. A lot of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. I did love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. Alright, peace.